Hey YouTube, so just want to kind of get into making my vlog that I promised you guys over like almost a week ago now. Well, yeah, because it was Saturday, and I know I never got to that, so I wanted to get to that right now. What I wanted to talk to you then was about how I was going to be busy because of my externing hours were going to be coming up this week, and school was just ending. I had like the final for my class, and I'm going to school early instead of going like later. I used to go 1 to 5, then I was going 10:30 to 2:30 at the time. Well, school is now over for me. I just have, finishing up paperwork, and I'm in the process of doing my externing hours, as well as today I'm actually going to work later on tonight. And I'm going to call it work instead of, just externing, because I know it's just volunteer, but to me, because I'm so dedicated to it, I call it work. It's my job. It's work. So I'm going to work tonight, and just to let you know, heads up, if you want to get into the field that I'm getting into and that I'm in now, you gotta be very, very focused. You gotta really pay attention. You gotta take it really seriously because yeah, when you work retail, you gotta deal with customers, and you're gonna get some that are gonna get angry with you, and they're gonna tell you you're not being nice, or they want it this way, or just give you all those little things to get mad at you about. But here, when they're kind of complaining, sometimes, yeah, it's just because they want to complain, but sometimes they really just don't feel good, and you probably messed up something. You might have, maybe not you necessarily, but someone in the pharmacy, or just for whatever reason, something got messed up. So I learned that very well yesterday as my first day. I didn't personally deal with customers, with patients one-on-one. I dealt with them over the phone, and like most of them were really nice. It was a lot to process because I wasn't just taught really much of anything. I was just kind of thrown in there, and we were busy because we got a drive-through going on there too, and you got to know how to process everything. Of course, I don't have my codes or whatever because I don't literally work there, so people kind of just had to use their code, but I passed out the stuff to people, and it was kind of, it sort of was getting to be kind of a nightmare, I'm not going to lie, because I was like, picking the phone non-stop rings. Is your system up? Is this here? Is this ready? Is my stuff ready? Can I get a refill? It's just a lot of stuff to process. So basically, you just kind of gotta be on the ball and just be very awake. Don't go in there if you've been like partying the day before or whatever, because your brain's just not gonna be there. So I learned all of that very well yesterday. I thought I got enough sleep, but apparently I didn't because I was yawning a lot. Nobody noticed, thankfully, because that would have made me look bad. But the pharmacist told me that I was doing really good for my first thing, and that to me was a compliment because I was terrified to even start an extern because I was like, wait, I've done all the like little steps in school. Here's the part to actually show if what I've done is worth my time. Did I just waste my entire time going to school? And I found out that yesterday I actually realized that I actually did when I put my mind to it, it was coming out right. And I had one customer that kind of wanted to give me an attitude, but I just had to look in the mirror for a minute and think, you know what, do I really have time to waste on yelling at this person, because that's my customer service skills. And I didn't yell. I just kind of said, I'm sorry, but that's just, how it is, and I'm very sorry about that. If you'd like further detail, you can either talk to a pharmacist right now, or you can come in and talk to a pharmacist. And I just had to be you have to be very professional when you deal with people like that. And you know what, that brings me to a point even in school. I had some haters, and you got haters everywhere you go in life because someone's always going to try to just lower you and bring you down, because that's what a lot of people like to do. It's just for some reason they have joy in that. But then I've dealt with that since I was in elementary school, so I already know about. So back then we just called them bullies. Now we call them haters, but it's all the same thing. Um, and a lot of people have to admit this too. When you're walking down the street or you're in your car and you pass by somebody and say they got that car that you've always wanted or that you want, or they got that kind of pretty long hair or whatever it is that you want, You don't usually say, you know what, that's nice that that person has that. You usually go, oh my god, I hate that beep, and you say something really mean about it because you're like, oh, that stupid person or whatever. You want to make, because you feel bad that you don't got what they got, so you want to try to bring them down. Of course, most of the time you don't tell the person that stuff, but if you're really broke, you will. I sat down the other day and I thought about all that, and I was like, seriously, obviously, if I have all these haters, I'm not saying that I'm like the best thing ever, but obviously there's something about me that maybe they're jealous about, and that's why they don't know how to just tell me, you know what, you're lucky that you have that, or you're lucky that you're almost done with school. So instead of saying that, I'm just going to pretend or talk down to you or just be really rude to you every time I see you because that makes me feel better about myself. Well, I can't, I have a very hard time dealing with people like that, but in life, it's expected. So I'm just, I treat them like I treat like a patient that's having a heart, like an issue with me or whatever, and just be, you kill, you kill them with kindness. That's what you do with a hater. You kill them with kindness, even though they're under your skin because they've already made it clear they don't like you. I found it best to just go, walk up to them and say, you know what, you did a great job last night, when we were working together. Or, you know what, I really like the way you did your hair today. Like, say if you really do like their hair, you can say that, and before you know it, they're going to feel like the dumb one because they were just talking crap about you, and guess what? You just told them a compliment. Now they gotta feel dumb. So I think it's just better to kind of reverse it. And I think that's how I'm just gonna deal with people because, like yesterday, for instance, I was there, and I could tell that some of them were like, oh great, she's gonna be the next one, and like if she comes in and they hire her because she does a good job, she might take my job, or she might take my hours. You could kind of tell the people that were thinking that. Funny thing is, the pharmacist really liked me. And there was like maybe two people that kind of gave me an attitude. But the rest